Hello everyone, my name is Victoria and I'm a certified occupational therapy assistant. Here we are with Sarah, who's also a certified occupational therapy assistant, and today we're going to be role-playing our telehealth session between our patient Kim and therapist Victoria.
Kim is an 11-year-old patient that is having problems straightening her wrists and her fingers. She has little numbness over the radial aspects of her wrist. She is unable to use her right dominant hand for any of her daily self-care tasks, such as dressing, holding a pen, a hairbrush, or a tooth, cutting food, washing her face. She cannot type on her computer or text her friends with her right hand, which is engaging, having deficits in her social aspects. She indicates she has some pain in her upper arm, and though it's hard for her to locate and tell where it's at. Her mother says that she has concerns that she may fall behind in her studies and that she's unable to practice her violin, which is something that she values.
And is very good at it. So for the first 15 minutes of our session, we're going to be educating Kim's mother on her splint and how to use it.
Okay, so we will be addressing her mother, Pam, and how to don and doff. During this process, we'll have her kind of showing it. We'll show her how to place her arm and the correct placement of the splint. We'll utilize a schedule, how to teach her to monitor, make sure that she doesn't have any skin breakdown, that she's tolerating it well, and we'll have follow-ups and create a home exercise program and send to her as well to follow up with.
For the following 15 minutes, it's going to be a range of motion activity.
Okay, and so for this exercise, we will simply ask her mom to engage if she can. We'll have her put a pillow, kind of show her how to stabilize her hand, obviously out of the splint, and just kind of show her some support exercises that she can do to assist her in some range of motion, so supination, pronation, flexing and extending of the wrist, to make sure that we are still utilizing those joints, even though we're also trying to keep them stabilized some while she's wearing her splints.
As for our third activity, we're going to work on a sensory integration activity in which Kim is going to be provided with a sensory bin with different textures such as rice and beans. That way, since Kim is experiencing some numbness and tingling in that area, we can go ahead and work on any aversion that she may have. The reason why it's so important to work on her numbness is that since she's going to be wearing a splint, we want to make sure that Kim is able to have sensation there. That way, for her wear and care, if she's not having any pain, it's not getting any redness. If it's tingling, if it's swollen, she was going to be able to detect that. And for our last intervention, which is the one that we're going to be demonstrating today, we're going to work on a fine motor activity just to make sure that Kim is working on that pincer grasp, on her fine motor grasp, her eye-hand coordination, and all of the skills that's needed in order to be successful. More you into it than anything. Let's just put this together. There we go. All right. Good morning, Kim. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. So I'm Miss Vicky. I'm going to be your occupational therapy assistant today that's going to help you out. I've read your chart over. We met not too long ago, but I wanted just to remind you what we're going to be doing today, okay? All right. So these are some beads that I know your mom has at home. So that's how we're utilizing this. But in case you don't have any, we can use like maybe beans, or we can use cotton balls, or we can use buttons if you may have at home. This is something that I like to work on with all my kiddos, and so that's what we're going to be doing today, okay? So I'm going to be taking some out. And so, how was your day at school today?
It was fine. I had a tough day. I was a little sleepy from last night, but I'm fine.
Okay, and have any of your friends asked you, why you're wearing a splint or what's going on?
No, I had a couple kids just kind of tell me that it looked funny on me, but nobody else has really said anything.
Oh no. Well, did you educate anyone or tell anybody that this is going to be something temporary that you're going to need just so until your arm is feeling much better and doing much better, and it can do all the other things you used to do and play the violin again? Did you tell anybody that, or?
I didn't, but that's really helpful information, so next time I will. Thank you.
Definitely. Next time you go to school, if anybody asks you or if anybody's curious and you feel they want to answer, just go ahead and tell them, this is just something temporary because I injured myself. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, so let's start working on some stuff. Here we have some little stars and some beads. And so what I want you to do with your hand that's injured, I want you to put these beads inside of the cup. So very simple. We're using 2 items that you can find at home, and if you want to practice at home, you're more than welcome to, always with the supervision of of your parents. And that's what we're going to be doing right now. So what I want you to do is you can use your arm and you can go ahead and place from one side to the other.
Just like this?
Yeah. So see, Kim, what we're working on here, I want you to know what is it exactly that we're working on. The same exact movement that you're doing with your fingers. Does this look familiar to you?
Yes.
So this is what we do when we're writing with our pencil. So I want you to work on that, because since you're having a difficult time writing using, a pencil or your toothbrush or with your hair care, these are the same positions that we're imitating with this. So I know it's a little bit difficult to understand, but it's definitely for your benefit. You can go ahead and finish.
I even use these same fingers for when I do play the violin.
Yes, when you're playing the violin,
So
I hear you're
really good.
very good at playing the violin.
Yes, thank you.
Your mom was telling me you won the last competition.
Yes, it was so much fun. I'm ready to get back to it. So this is very helpful.
I'm sure. You're doing great.
Uh-oh.
Kim, that was awesome. So now we're quickly gonna pour these out real fast again. But this time we're gonna have them on this side, and we're gonna have the cup a little bit further.
And use my same hand?
Yeah, use your same hand. Great job, Kim. So Kim, you did absolutely awesome in today's treatment session. We worked on a lot of things. I want to make sure that you remember I gave you a visual schedule for your wear time with your new splint. So I definitely want you to follow that, as well as the sensory bin. We're going to work on that when you come here into the clinic, but if you want to mimic one at home, you can. It was pretty simple, as you saw. It was just some rice and beans, and I want you to rotate your hand in there, and you can do it for 5 to 10 minutes a day. It's also going to be in the instructions. And as for the range of motion exercises, I don't want you to do anything resistive or anything that's going to be strengthening, that you're going to hurt yourself even more. So you can leave the exercises for here. Just follow the ones that we have on the pamphlet, and that's going to be helpful for you too. Do you have any questions for us?
No, I don't think so. Thank you.
Okay, I'm really excited, and I know you're going to get back to playing the violin real soon, okay?
Thank you.
All right, sounds good, Kim.